Hey, welcome to worshiptutorials.com. My name is Brian. This is a tutorial for how to play an electric guitar part on the song Lion and the Lamb by Leeland from the Bethel album. Head over to worshiptutorials.com. There's a link up here and a link below where you can grab this Helix patch. If you have a Helix, you can see my electric guitar playthrough where I just played the song straight through. You can see how I play it straight through on acoustic guitar and the tutorial for acoustic guitar as well. We have chord charts there and a multi-track for this song, full multi-track as well. If that's not available yet, it will be soon. And on these electric guitar tutorials, my goal is sort of to teach you how I would play it if I were the only electric guitar player in the band. So it's going to be kind of a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of lead, and I try and simplify things as much as I possibly can for these parts. So it's not going to be like exactly what you hear on the album, but if you're playing this live in a band in a worship setting, it's going to get you pretty close to that sound. So I'm going to show it to you in the key of A. Now on the album, it's in the key of B, which is really high. Leeland has a really high voice, and I think it's higher than most male vocalists can really pull off. So when I sing this song, when we do it in church, I do it in the key of A, so that's what I'm going to show you. If you want to do it with the album, it's really easy. You just move everything up 2 frets and you'll have it. So I'm going to teach you how to play 4 main parts for this song. There's the intro lead lick thing, and it happens a couple times in the song. There's the chorus part, and there's a verse part, and there's a bridge part, and that's pretty much it. It's really not that difficult of a song. It might be a little fast for you, especially that lead part. That might be a challenge, but I really think that if you're like an intermediate guitar player, it's something that you can pull off with practice. It's a little bit fast, but it's not too bad. So talking about gear a little bit, to get the sound that I'm getting, or what you hear on the album, is pretty close. I'm playing a Strat, MJT Strat. It has a humbucker in the bridge, and I use this humbucker for most of the song. This is a Porter Classic humbucker. Any humbucker you have is really going to get pretty close to that sound in a bridge position. I move to like the bridge and middle during the bridge, and it gets a completely different sound that's a lot cleaner, more ambient for that part. But I'm playing through the Helix today. The patch that I'm using is a patch that I custom made for this song, but I'm using the AC30 patch in the Helix. Really, you just want to kind of get your amp cranked a little bit and hit it with a tube screamer or hit it with some kind of drive. For delay, for most of the song, you have a dotted 8th note delay, and it kind of gets the iconic sound that you hear. You really need it for the intro lick. I have my patch on the Helix, which you can download for free, is set up so that when I go to, you can see here the intro lick. When I go to the chorus, the quarter note delay comes on and the dotted 8th note delay goes off. But for most of the song, you probably just want to use dotted 8th note delay. If you're just going to have a delay pedal, you might want to switch between dotted 8th and quarter note, but dotted 8th is pretty much what you want. So the lead lick in the key of A, there's 2 ways you can go about this. You can either play an octave up or an octave down. So you can either do this, or you can do this. Well, on the album, they have 2 different guitar players playing both parts, or you can play an octave part. So I'll teach you both of them. So the first way, if you want to play it up high, I like to use my index finger, and I put it on the 10th fret, and then I walk up to the 12th fret, and then I walk up to the 14th. So that's it. 10, 12, 14, 10, 12, 15, 14. Okay? That's the first half of that thing. So I'll play it without delay and turn my volume down a little bit so you can kind of hear it. I like to use my index finger and then use my middle finger. If you play the octave down, you can do it in a couple places, but I think it's easiest to go on the 7th fret of the D string, and then 9, and then 11, and then 7, then 9, then 12, 11. So you could go. When you play it with the delay at speed, it sounds like this. Okay, so the second half of the lick, the hardest part of the lick and the fast part, when you break it down, you're on the 14th and the 12th fret of the D, G, and B strings. And so you do 14, 14 on the D and the G, and then 12 on the B, and then 14 on the B, back to 12 on the B. So it's 14, 14, 12, 14ing, back to the 12th, and then 14 on the G, 12 on the B, 14 off to 12 on the B. Okay, it's probably easiest just to watch me play it really slow. So I'm just going to turn the delay off and a little bit of volume, and it looks like this. I like to lay my ring finger across the 14th fret of the D and the G string. Some people I know like to do this, so they'll put their pinky down. I like to use my ring finger for both of it. And you kind of want to make this staccato. So almost like a palm mute. All right, so it goes like this: 14, 14 on the D and the G, and then 12 to 14, back to 12 on the B. Okay, again, 14, 14, 12, 14, 12. I'll slow it down. Okay, that's the first half. And then the second half, after you do this, is back to 14 on the B on the G string, 12 on the B string, 14 on the B string, and then pull off. So that's it. So when you put it with the delay at speed, it sounds like this. So when you put it at speed with delay and you play it 2 times through, it sounds like this. Okay? When you put it all together, it sounds like this. All right, so we've made it through the hard part. Next is the verse. So you don't play anything through verse 1 or chorus 1. And then when you hit the turnaround section after chorus 1, you play that lead thing again. And then you come out of that into the verse. And the verse is a little bit less gain. I still like to play it on the bridge pickup. And it's down here. So this is all happening on the 5th fret and the 7th fret and the 4th fret of the D and the G string. So you start off and it's 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, okay? It's 16th notes, and I use alternate picking. So you're on the D string, 5th fret, and I like to use my middle finger. And then you kind of hammer on to the 7th fret when you hear that da-na-na-da-na. So it's and that timing is a little weird where your hammer-on comes in. So it took me a little bit to practice it. So if you slow it way down and turn your delay off, it sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. That part went on the D string, 5, 5, 5, and then 7 on the G string, and then 4 on the G string, and then do that again. So when you put it all together, it sounds like this with a little volume. When you put it full volume with the delay, it sounds like this. All right, the next part of the song is the chorus, and you can do this a couple ways too. I like to, in this song, play like these bar chords. So A, and this is just a bar chord A, to E, to F sharp minor, to E, to B, D, to E, back to A. You just do that a couple times. So if you play it at volume, it sounds like this. So you do that a few times through. You can play like, this is an A up here, so be A. To E, to F sharp minor, to E, to D, to E. If you do that at volume, it sounds a little different. It might be a little more what you want. It sounds like this. Finally, if you really want to, you could just play it open chords here, these cowboy chords down on the neck. And actually, you can play different variations of those chords in different choruses if you wanted to give it a little bit something different. Okay, the last part of the song, and probably the easiest part when it comes to like playing a lead kind of thing, is the bridge. So for the bridge section, I kind of have not as much overdrive on, a little bit more ambient reverb, and the dotted eighth note delay. And you follow the melody line of the song. So who can stop the Lord Almighty? It happens on the G string on the 7th fret, to the 6th fret, to the 4th fret, back to the 6th, to the 4, to the 2. That's it. And when you're using delay, you don't need to hit double, the double hits. You just kind of go. So when you play it at volume, it sounds like this. What I like to do is the second time through go to the bridge pickup. It just makes it sound a little bit different and a little more energy to it. Okay, if you want to follow what the lead or what the melody line, the vocal line does the last time through, who can stop the Lord? You can go up to the 9th fret. So you go from 7 to 6 to 9 and play it like that, and it would sound like this. And then you play the lead line. And then you play the chorus. And that's pretty much it. I think at the end of the song, they play the lead line again a few times during the outro. So that's how to play Lion and the Lamb on electric guitar. Like I said, it's not exactly the part that you hear on the album, as far as it's kind of a combination of rhythm and lead parts together, but it sounds pretty close to what you hear, and I think if you're playing it live with your team and a band, it's going to be pretty good. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.